To trigger an automation, what we'll do, we'll simply click on trigger automation button. Once we do that, so as we click on the trigger automation, it brings us to the automation tool, which will help us to create a very visually appealing and understanding workflow that helps us to understand better how the sequencing works and how emails flow into from one stage to other, keeping the logic in mind. So in our case, what we do is we will start this automation when one of these conditions take place. As I showed you, we created this form, and from that form, we have come into automation. That means anyone who fills that form, contact, submits form information on that form called demo form YouTube channel. Once that happens, they enter into an automation. Alternatively, or you can also add a new trigger. That means not only people who have submitted this form will enter into this automation, but also people will enter from other conditions which have been met on the website. Let's say they took some actions on your website. Other than filling this form, they will also enter into the same automation. However, to keep it simple for this particular tutorial, what I have done is I am just focusing on the first one, which is contact submits the form on your website. Great. So now contact has submitted the information. What do we do next? We have this plus sign. You see, click the plus button to add your first action. So I will say click on this one, and then I have all of these options: sending options, send an email, send an SMS, send a notification email. Then I have conditions and workflow. All of these things I can do in terms of logic: wait, if else, go to, goal, start, end, and another automation, webhook. All of these options are available. I will not go into details about the ones below because those are really advanced plans and advanced things that you can do with the automation. For this tutorial, we'll keep to a basic automation that helps you to get off the ground immediately. Next is contacts. You can add people to subscribe, unsubscribe, updation of contact, adding tags, removing tags. All of these actions you can take. And then Salesforce is nothing but your CRM, which is not available on your basic plan. It says unlock this feature with a professional plan. The same goes with CX apps. There are a lot of things which are not available. So we'll go to the first one, which is sending options. We'll click on send an email. And immediately the first thing that opens up, you do not have any email to send. That means our campaign is empty. That means our campaign tab has no emails. We have not created any email campaigns. In that case, we have to create a new email, and we will say create an email to get started. Something like that, and I'll say create. As I click on create email, I am brought to campaign. You will see on the left hand tab here, we have come into campaigns. That means now we are able to first create our email campaign and only then integrate it with our automation. So forms, campaigns, and automations work together hand in hand. Great. So we have basic templates, we have design templates, we have different layouts and past campaigns. We can select how we want to go ahead. In our case, we will go with a basic template and see what we can do. We will go and create a template from scratch. Start from scratch and design from a blank canvas is the best option if you want to learn how to create an email. Start from scratch. We'll keep it standard and simple right now, which is already pre-selected for us, and I'll hit on continue. Again, certain details, sender details, like in my case, it's my name, my email address, and subject line, pay. Create something like that and say continue. As I click on continue, I'm brought to this particular designer tool where I can interact with this particular tool and modify, make changes as to how my email should look like. So for example, if I click on any of these blocks, these are clickable blocks, as you can see. If I click on this block, it gives me information in terms of image here, linking image information. I can always play with the dimensions, width and height, the block, color, border, margin. All of those things are available to me, and I can always change the words also. If I go to text here, I can simply select and change those words. So for example, I will say, thank you for something like that. And you see, I have created a custom message here. I can always change this image. I can also add things. For example, I can add a text block. I can add an image. I can add a button. For example, if I want to add this button, I can always insert the button here and it says click here. I can also say subscribe to my YouTube channel right in the email body, by the way. Then once that happens, I can link it here with my YouTube channel. So anyone who clicks on the subscribe button automatically gets subscribed to my YouTube channel. So you can always play around with your call to action buttons. You can also add a video and add your social links here. For example, I can copy and simply drag and drop and add my social links. And you see here this tab opens up, which gives all the social links here for me. All I need to do is simply fill in these platform details and the links here, and then toggle on and off in terms of what I want to see on the email itself. So I'll say cancel for now, and then once I hit on the toggle on and off, only those icons will be visible here. And once I'm happy with how the email looks like, I can simply say save and exit, or I can say click next. So I do that with next. So the subject line is, hey, thank you for watching my ActiveCampaign tutorial. Pre-header text, guys, if you understand, if you have used Gmail, you'll understand there are 1 or 2 lines of the email copy which is visible to you even before you open the email. That is nothing but the pre-header text or the preview. If you click here, it says a snippet of text that appears after the email subject line. If this field is left blank, the first line of your email will display. So in our case, our first line is perfect for this pre-header text, which will auto-populate. We have set from is me, and then the message name. This is again an internal name which will not be visible to your subscribers. So enter a name to help you remember what this message is all about. Only you will be able to see this. I can also add here first email to them to make it more vivid and descriptive in terms of what exactly this is about. My address is auto added, and then I have the options to do things. Open, read tracking, I have turned the toggle on. So all of those things here. You can also send a test email to yourself and click on test button, which automatically sends the email campaign to you, just as how the visitors and subscribers would receive those emails once you activate it. Once you see that it looks good, you simply click on finish. As soon as we say finish, we are brought back to the automation which says select email to send, and automatically the first email campaign that we just created is auto-filled here. We can say save. We have 2 possibilities. Now that we have created this email, what will happen is that as soon as someone fills this form, immediately they receive this particular email from our end. Or if we want to wait for a certain time and not send this email right away, we can always click on this plus sign button here and go on to conditions and workflow and say wait. Once we click on wait, we have 2 options: add a wait condition, wait for a specific period of time, or wait until specific conditions are met. I'll say wait for a specific period of time and select that, and then I have different options here. Either I can wait for a day or a week, and then select save. In our case, we will say wait for 1 day and then say save. So now what happens is that whenever a contact fills this particular form, we wait for 24 hours, we wait for a day, and then we send our first email to them, which is this email campaign. And once this email goes, again, what we want to do, we want to further the automation and sequencing. Now we have two options available. Once this email is sent, what we want to do, we want to find out whether people have opened this email or they have not opened this email. So we'll click on the plus sign and we will say conditions and workflow, and we'll say if else condition. We'll click on that. How would you like to split this automation? We'll say select a condition. Out of the drop down, we will say actions. Different actions are available to you here. We will say has opened. And which campaign are we talking about? We'll select from the drop down the one which we created, which is YouTube first email to them. Now we also want to find out those who have not opened our email. So we say add another condition, and we go on to or trigger and not the and trigger. It's very important to select the or option. That means either or and not either and. So once you click on this drop down, you see actions has not opened the email. And which email? We are talking about the YouTube first email to them, and then we select add. This bifurcates our entire automation here, which says either people have opened or they have not opened this particular email. Again, just avoid this. We know what this is about. Which just says, this specifically tells us that you want to wait for some time before you do this or take this action, because you want to give your subscribers some time to open the email, which is fine. This is just for the tutorial sake that I showed you, but you can just ignore this. What we will do now is we will add another wait time. We don't want this to trigger immediately and bifurcate into two. We want to wait for another day before we find out whether people have opened our email or not. In that case, instead of again going back to plus sign and clicking on wait, what we need to do is simply follow this trick. Just copy and drag this here below, and automatically we have this pop-up says move and copy action. We'll say copy single action and then say stay at the current position. We do not want the first one to move from the original position. We just want to copy another and then add it here. We'll say OK. Once we do that, after the first email is sent, we wait for one day and then we send this automation into questioning whether people have opened or they have not opened the email. So in the case where people have not opened the email, we want to send an email again to them as a reminder. We simply take this here and then we say add here and we say copy single action and we say OK, which will simply again do the same action, as in those who have not opened our first email will be sent another email from our end. Again, what we can do, we can always add another day between this action. We'll say wait for another day, copy single action and stay at the current position, and then we will say OK. So again, we have waited for another day and we have sent these people a mail again. Do note that you'll want to change maybe the email copy. Don't send the same email. Maybe you can change the email subject line and also the copy and then send them a mail again. I am not modifying that right now, but you understand that it's important to modify the emails when you send them as a reminder. You don't want to repeat the same emails over and over again. There's something known as A/B testing, which is also very important to see what is best for deliverability and what is not. After we have sent this second email reminder to them, what we want to do is we will wait for another day and see if they're opening our email or not. We will say, we'll repeat these actions at least 3 times here. You can always modify it as per your best understanding of your business, and you do not have to simply do what I'm doing, but this is just for tutorial purposes. You can always modify this as per what suits best for your business. And I will say copy and drag and drop one more time. That means I'm sending 3 emails or 3 reminders to these people in terms of, hey, why don't you have a look at my emails? So you see all of these actions are available here to me, which I can take. So I have waited for 3 days and I've sent them 3 different reminders. And even after that, there'll be certain people who will not take any action on your email. They will not open your email. They will not click on the links. on your inside your email, and then you want to maybe take a definitive action with these people. So what you can do is you can either say plus and you can end this automation here right now, or maybe you can actually add these people to your database and simply work on that database later on at a later date, maybe after a month or 2 or 3, where you can clean your list better. For the sake of this tutorial, I'll say end this automation. That means we have attempted to share our emails with these people at least on 3 occasions, and when they have done nothing with our emails, we have ended the automation. Now we are interested in the other set of people who have taken interest in our emails. The first time when we sent the email, the people who have opened our email, what we can do is we want all of these yeses basically to receive the same kind of information or the same kind of treatment. So for example, in this case, let's say the third time I will say plus, and then I will say add a tag. I want to add a tag to these people, and I will say you can always make it the way you want the tag to look like. You can always add the tag as per your convenience. For my sake, for this tutorial, I've said YouTube video opened, and I would say save. That means anyone who has opened the third email will be added automatically to my database as YouTube video opened. However, I also want the others to fall under this category, so I will simply say plus and I will say go to. Once I click on go to here, I can simply drag and drop this here. That means now even the people on the second level, that means people who open my second email, will also be added to this particular tag. I can do that same for the first one. I will say go to. I will simply drag and drop this here, and once that happens, I'll say copy single action, and automatically that will also link to my add tag. That means the people who opened either my first mail or the second mail or the third mail will automatically be added to YouTube video opened. Once that tag is opened, what I want to do is that maybe I want to add them to a subscriber list or maybe take some other action. In my case, I'll go to contacts and I'll say subscribe to one or more lists, and I will say subscribe to all lists, and I will say save. I'll click OK. You don't want to subscribe them to all the lists, by the way. I am just doing that for this tutorial. You can always select a specific list, and you should select a specific list and add them to this particular automation. Once you do that, what you want to do is maybe you want to end the automation, and you say end this automation. So great, now you exactly know how the automation sequencing looks like. We had this form filled up, and then all of these things happened. We waited for a day, we sent our first email, we waited for another day, we sent a second email, we waited for another day, and we sent the third email. For those who did not take any action or did not interact with us on all our mails, automatically the automation ends for them. We don't take any action with these people. But for those who actually interact with our emails, either first, second, or third, we want them to be added to this tag in segmenting our contact base. This tag helps us to segment them better, and then we want to subscribe them to one specific list. Mind you, I have just said that yes for all, but you select a specific list, and then I say end automation. Great, so once I do that, I have again two options, active, inactive. I simply click on active and my automation activates. So that is how you create an automation from scratch. You also have this option of going to automations from the main menu tab on the left hand side. You have 3 sub options: automations, manage messages, and automation map. What you can do here, we can also use pre-adjusted or pre-decided or pre-made templates from ActiveCampaign in terms of evenly assigned deal owners. There are 3 options available to you where ActiveCampaign has helped you in terms of they've prepared these templates for you, which you can start using right away for automation. or you can also click on this create an automation and trigger your first automation. Great, so we have finished even the last to do in our third bucket, which is orchestrate your customer experience. We have built an automation already. And coming to the last part, which is CRM, manage your sales cycle, which is primarily about deals and pipeline. And this is something we will not discuss in this lesson because this is not included in the basic plan. However, I do wish to create a separate tutorial depending on the number of people who reach out to me. So if you're interested in this particular tutorial, do not forget to add a little comment in the section below, and depending on the number of people who sign up, I will create this particular video. Great, thank you so much for joining in on this tutorial. I hope this video was interesting, educating, and entertaining at the same time for you to understand things better. I'll see you in the next one. Until then, adios.